shot!
Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome on back to Between the Stars, Chapter 6, Solar Siege. Yes, it is the last bit of the game. And we're going to jump right in, right where we left off. There'll be a link in the description and at the end of the videos for this current playlist, because it has been a few years since I put it out. Now, what do we get in this video? We get to talk to the White family, then we get a new ship, and we have a massive battle that we get. So let's get right to it. I am so excited. I can't wait to play this game and finish this up. Let's get some. This is exactly where we left off in the original campaign. I can't wait to see what happens. So the funnest part about me doing this with you guys is that I feel like I'm in high school again, and I get to get up in front of the class. I have to read. Going to the White family. They're the ones that helped us, I think, originally in the game. The ship hits the ground so hard that some components break off due to the strong impact. You disembark with 2 of your crew members and are shocked by the state of the ship. You knew from the engineer reports that it had to be serious, but the fact that the ship had made it this far was practically a miracle. Though the damage to the exterior is terrible, the inside of the ship does not fare much better. A large part of the systems remain inoperative after the battle. Navigation, databases, generators, you know, the important stuff. There is not a single module that works properly, and among all of them, the artificial intelligence systems suffered the most. Oh, that's not good. America, we're still alive. You remain silent as you continue to think about what happened during the battle. What had happened? Yeah, we just got stomped. Whole fleet wiped out. Someone jumped in behind us to save our butts. It was bad. You remember the ships being practically destroyed, the screams of the crew in the darkness. You remember listening to Maya in the distance, and then everything is blurry. The only thing you know for sure is that you are alive thanks to Maya. Somehow she has managed to unleash enough power to take on Hydra, not without consequences. Many components of the artificial intelligence systems are severely damaged due to the energy overload. Which way is the farm? Check location. Take out the terminal and scan the surrounding area. It looks like the White Farm is a few miles away. You have been lucky, since with the ship in that condition, you could have easily landed anywhere on the planet. Answer as you get going. You didn't stray off course that much. We'll follow the road until we reach the farm. Miller and Nelson nod. Now, it would be best for the rest of the crew to stay on the ship, taking care of the wounded and rescued prisoners from Sol and Victus. Along the way, the rain soaks your uniform. You walk without saying a word. In a science that is beginning to feel the ship is wrecked. AORUS, one of the Hydra cores, Sheep and his men are dead. Bradley is still in grave condition. Anna hasn't said a word since you left Sol and Victus. As for Mason, she was the commander of the fleet that jumped in and saved us, and probably got cooked off in the process. We saw a few days ago, it seemed that the Alliance was finally gaining ground on the children of the sun, and now everything seems to be falling apart. A shrill sound behind you makes you turn around. On the highway, an old pickup truck rolls down its window, and you immediately recognize its occupants. Data. You get in the truck and continue towards the farm. It is raining so heavily, you are surprised that Data can see anything through the windshield. After the attack, the team decided to stay. Since then, we have helped Ghost and Gears rebuild the farm. Not that we're the best carpenters, but another set of hands never hurt. Chip answers with a big smile. Never imagined myself living in the countryside. Boy, what a relief. The attack on the Children of the Sun's database was a blast, but I swear there was a moment when I thought we wouldn't live to tell the tale. Yeah, let's go with that. Officially, no information's been given, but Nemesis hasn't been idle. Nothing's been heard from Mason's fleet since her departure, and the headquarters is in chaos. Part of our fleet is still holding position in the Children of the Sun's territory, but the Republic has never been as disorganized as it is now. In the absence of command, hundreds of SMC and Renegade Army ships have deserted. The allies are retreating, and the Children of the Sun seem to be moving to reinforce the defenses in the sector. As far as we know, the Alliance still holds Nova Magna, but the enemy's attacks are becoming more intense. things keep going on like this, it won't be long before the children of the sun take it back. What about Nartos? We're not certain. We only know that Nartos and several of his commanders left the battlefield. We don't know what it is yet, but we're sure he's up to something. If he hasn't led the counterattack yet, he must be with Vanleth on Alpha Centauri. Levi Vanleth of the Lindy Project? Shit. You must find Mason and inform her immediately. If the children of the sun are working with a maniac, then you interrupt. She's dead. Seriously, I'm not going to say that because that is actually the name of your character. What happened in Sol Invictus? I screwed up data this time. I really screwed up. You keep quiet the rest of the way. You will have to inform them of everything that has happened since you left the farm, but it is best wait until the whole team is assembled. Data stops the truck and pulls the parking brake. Here we are. Everybody down. Get out. You head towards the porch of the house where the rest Nemesis team is waiting. Without saying a word, Susan runs to you, ignoring the rain, and hugs you. For a second, everything is silent, and she holds you tight. Also glad that I thought we'd never see you again, Dimitri. I was so worried. We thought you were dead. Despite the noise of thunder in the distance, you can hear Susan's sobs, guilt, and grief to wash over you. So sorry. Come on, let's get inside. You must be freezing. As soon as you cross the threshold, you get a lump in your throat. Although it seems that the reconstruction is going well, you can't help but feel guilty. You had not come to Logan and the others to attack the Children of the Sun's database. Logan and Susan would still have the house they grew up in. They'd walk them upstairs and give them drive clothes. Logan, time for that. We're all soaked. Change your clothes and have something to eat. We'll talk later. Thanks. Are you coming or what? Don't have all day? Okay. You'll get a break in reading for a sec. I am trying not to read too fast, but man, I just want to get to it. I know I played a little bit ahead of this, so I know it's coming up. We got a monster battle ahead of us. Ooh. Logan takes a long draught and bangs his empty glass on the table. Okay, let's see if I got this straight. The Genesis project, spearheaded by John Banner and funded by the Interstellar Republic, was in fact working on the creation of the ultimate artificial intelligence system, which was given the name Hydra. Now, I wonder in this world event, right, in this alternate reality, have they never heard of Skynet? You don't, I mean, who would build something like that? It's such a bad idea. Anyways, and for this Hydra system to be complete, it requires the original core, which was divided into 3 parts, as well as the infrastructure that the Republic was designing. With all these elements, Hydra can be transmitted from a station to infect any ship equipped with a Maya system. If that were to happen, almost every ship in the galaxy would be placed under a control network managed solely by the person holding Hydra. Yeah, every ship. Yep. Seeing its instability and destructive power, the Republic halted the investigation. Destroying 2 of the 3 cores, the original core had split in 2. While the third was assembled into a ship capable of keeping Hydra's destructive nature under control and to use part of its power. The ship was known today as the Genesis, which in the old, before they changed it, we got to play with that a little bit. I'd assume at the end of the game we'll get to play with it again. This was all kept secret, and Jane Scott captained the Genesis. She, the high officials of the Republic, and the engineers working on the project knew about it. And then, after the Children of the Sun's attack, Nartos, who probably already suspected something, captured several of our men, including Jane Scott. Thanks to balanced experiments, has been able to extract a large portion of her memories, revealing the truth about Hydra and the Genesis. Am I wrong? Nope, not at all. That's right. Now, Narus has managed to recreate one of Hydra's cores, and together with Levi Vaneth, has managed to enable the Phoenix to extract part of its power, surpassing the destructive capability of the Genesis. It seems that he has understood the situation perfectly. In addition, on Alpha Centauri, they are building the station that will allow Hydra to spread to every ship in the galaxy, granting them instant victory and control of the entire known universe. Yep, if they finally manage to recreate the remaining cores and finish building the station. This doesn't look good. The Alliance is slowly falling apart. Our fleets can barely hold Nova Magna. The Children of the Sun are pulling back, and Nartos' counterattack is imminent. It won't be long before it takes Nova Magna again. We must retaliate. Although the Children of the Sun have managed to defend Sol Invictus, the Alliance attack has cost Nartos a large portion of his fleet, and they cannot defend all the sectors. If we allow Nova Magna to be retaken, we'll be back to where we started. Children of the Sun are not the only ones who have suffered casualties. The Alliance has several of its leaders and forces are divided and in disarray. The Republic fleet continues to fight while Mason is still missing. If we are to have any chance, we must find her and reassemble the fleet. Yeah, he's dead, dude. We don't know that for sure. With our current equipment, we can barely obtain information outside of the sector. For all we know, Mason could have already returned to Nova Magna to lead the defense. You weren't there, Mermaid. The only reason we're still alive is because Mason and the others sacrificed themselves to save us. No matter how many ships we send to defend Nova and Magna, if Nartos shows up aboard the Phoenix, they will take the city. Nartos is unstoppable. Nartos will not attack Nova Magna. What do you mean? Nartos is looking for a win. This was a chess game. Alpha Centauri would be the most important piece, sort of like the Children of the Sun's king, right? Since he let Smervov, right? Nartos, I cannot say that name. Nartos must assume we are aware of this. Knows that time is on his side and is trying to protect his king at all costs. He abandons the attack, reinforces the defenses, sacrifices pieces. His goal is to make the game last as long as necessary without taking risks. I can be sure. Only an idiot would leave his king exposed in such a situation. If our pieces manage to break through their defense lines, then checkmate. Saw that data? I just beat the record. Chip's right. Nartos' goal is complete Hydra, no matter how many ships he loses in the process. The moment the station is put into operation, it'll be our doom. We must strike back. Our only chance is to destroy the Alpha Centauri station before Vanlith finishes its construction. We can all agree on that, but how are we going to pull off something like that? You've just said that we're no match for the Phoenix. Like fire with fire. John Benner and the engineers at headquarters are working to repair the Genesis and its core at this very moment. The power of Hydra will be able to fight Nartos as equals. We'll use its power to breach the defenses of Sol Invictus so that our fleet can reach Vanlith. If Alpha Centauri falls before Hydra is complete, victory will be ours. Logan puts his hand to his chin. The loss of Mason has thrown our fleet into chaos. If we don't manage to regroup all of our forces, we won't stand a chance. You can't fight an entire army by yourself, Dimitri, no matter how powerful the Genesis is. You're right. Mason gave her life to give us a chance. We have the Genesis, and we know Nartos' true intentions. I won't allow that Admiral's sacrifice to have been in vain. We'll return to headquarters and regroup our fleet. I'll inform everyone of Mason's death and locate the Genesis. Or the location of the Genesis. Once we're ready, the Alliance will launch one last combined attack. And what will you do if the captains don't listen? I'll promote upon. Yeah, Bradley, the guy we saved, Mason's the number 2. Bradley is our best option. He was Mason's right-hand man, and I'm sure the rest of the captains will recognize him as their leader. With him in command, as Admiral, we can coordinate the attack. This time, we'll throw everything we have at the Children of the Sun, find our way to Alpha Centauri, and stop Nartos once and for all. The team nods in agreement. So, are we leaving for headquarters? Yep. Continue talking. My crew is exhausted, and our Mycore has taken a lot of damage. We'll wait a couple of days for her to be fixed, and then we'll get going. While we're gone, I need you to take care of Jess and the others. Captain Bradley is the only captain other than me who knows the truth about Hydra, and he'll soon become the new Republic Admiral. He can't be captured. Besides, Bradley's condition is delicate. Although prisoners don't appear to have serious injuries, many are still in shock. No mistaken. I know it's asking too much of him, but he's going to have to pull himself together before we get back to the rest of the Republic squads. Bill, I leave it in your hands. If we do not return, it will mean the Children of the Sun have found us. If this happens, You have to inform the Republic of all of this and make sure that Bradley gets back to headquarters alive. In the middle of the silence, you hear Susan whisper, "That's enough." I said, "That's enough. Are you listening to yourself, Dimitri? I've already lost count of how many times we've given you up for dead." Oh, yeah. Kind of a thing with him. We have no other choice if we don't stop the children of the sun. I don't care. Haven't you done enough already? There are thousands of captains in the Republic. Why does it always have to be you? I'm not going to do it. If you guys want to send him to a certain death, I wish you the best of luck, but I will not take part in this madness. Leaves the room. Tears in her eyes. Sorry, Dimitri, I can say that. These days have been very hard. Doesn't matter, it's my fault. But I have to do it anyway. I know. Leave the house long enough with the crew. Follow Logan. To be honest, Dimitri, I thought I would never see the Nemesis take off again. It originally belonged to our parents, but Susan has worked on it for so many years that it's practically a new ship. Sorry to have to take her. I know how much you love her. Really sorry. It was her who told me to give it to you. I thought she was mad at me. She is. She's always been very passionate. She's been working tirelessly on the ship to get it ready. She's come to say goodbye. I'll be careful with her. Draw out your hand to say goodbye, but Logan hug you tight. This will always be your home, Dimitri. You know that, right? I know Logan pulls back, clears his throat in embarrassment. Dade and Chip approach you, trying to hide their laughter. Come on, Captain. To be honest, we don't really give a damn if you ever come back. They both laugh. Them hard, don't let them get away with it. Nemesis never loses, Captain. We trust you. You get on the ship and take a look at them for the last time. Once again, the Whites have saved your life. You still remember the day you arrived at the farm. After you lost your parents, the Whites, old family friends, agreed to raise you together with their 2 children. White family had given you a home, and they offered you the warmth of family. Children of the Sun threatened to destroy everything you care about. Every free and fair person will be subjected to their tyranny, including Susan and Logan. You cannot let that happen. Let's go!
Testing. Can you hear me, Captain?
Good to hear you again, May. How are you feeling?
Good as new. All systems are operational and ready to get back into action. Were you worried about me, Captain?
Not at all. We'd already started looking at new AI models.
How heartless.
He's joking, Mai. It's been a while since we've seen the Captain look so worried. He hasn't stopped hovering since we started the repair.
I love you too, Captain.
Well, there's still a long way to go. Let's get moving.
I'm going to take and go and run a bunch of missions in the background. Get this thing beasted up. Change its configuration. I suggest you do the same. When we come back, I'll go over everything. The heavy cannons here for the whole. Ooh, I'm just short on that one. We've got a top-end plasma cannon there. A Mark III there. This is to cool your weapons down. Works phenomenal. This is a damage absorber, so it takes in when your shields are getting hammered on. You hit this, and it'll help buff your shields. And we've got our burst. And then our 2 different ships are broken down this way. So we've got this one, you can see. And then I got that one. These guys are nowhere near as well geared, but that doesn't matter. We've got us a massive battle to get to, so I hope you've stayed away from the 10A sector the whole time. If you go there, you'll immediately have to get into a battle, which is not any good. And it doesn't matter in this area where you go. If you try and go to the station first over here, you'll still get hit. I know, because I tried everything I could think of, and ooh, I got lit up. Thus, I figured out I had to go and upgrade my ship. Which we did. This thing is now a beast.
Captain, I'm detecting
Here we
warp
go.
readings.
Scouts, what are they doing so close to headquarters?
There will be a time to investigate later. Everyone, to your posts! Great shot! Let's finish off the rest of the ships.
More scouts approaching, Captain.
Fire at will! We must get to headquarters by any means necessary!
And when it overheats, I just do that, and I'm right back in the action. You still got to make sure.
Enemies within range!
Copy that, Jackson. Take care of them.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ooh, you don't want to let them catch you like that. As in all of them getting in the center, right? They surround you. That's horrible. Always want to try and stay on the edge here. Light them up to speed. Run by. We ain't done yet.
I'm not detecting any more warps in the area, Captain. These are the last ones.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it. Stand your ground.
Man, look at that. We're still getting chewed a little bit. All right. Where you going, mister? All right, got one left.
That was the last ship, Captain.
What's happening? I thought the Children of the Sun were retreating into the solar system.
With our fleet leaving for the Children of the Sun sectors, headquarters is more vulnerable than ever. Besides, Nardos knows that we're still alive and need to get back here.
Do you think those scouts were looking for us?
I'm not sure. For now, it's best we land as soon as possible.
Yeah, we got ground on a little bit. Alrighty, folks. Went through, cleaned everything up. And man, these things are expensive. Want to make sure we go through and level up our people here. Always have better salvaging. Got a range of people here as backups. You can see they still got a ways to go. But you do want to make sure that you are keeping people over here in case these guys get smoked, because this guy's already jacked up, but I don't have anybody that can replace him. So when we come back in the next episode, we will go down to the planet and see what's going on down there. You know, one other thing we should do, if you have it, I always keep some in inventory just in case. You can see we're about halfway down there. There we go. Now we're good. So, next time, we'll start from right here, and then I think we got another monster battle coming up right after we get done talking to this people. So you want to tune in for that next episode. So keep your heads down, your ships of doom up, and remember, let me help you master the game.